Hello everyone, it's Joey Page. It's the Joey Page Show, and I am outside Rough Trade in East London with one of my favourite bands of all time. It's Drenge. Owen and Rory, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi Joey, you're right.
And we're here in this alley outside Rough Trade because you're doing your in-store tonight, and you told me that you've got something juicy planned in terms of how you are arranging the songs from the album.
It's Drenge Philharmonic, which is it's our attempt to do electro-pop versions of tracks off the album that people aren't that familiar with.
In practice, as you've been working out how to do that, is there a particular song that works really well with, or one that's a complete disaster that you've missed off the list?
There wasn't even time to practice it.
Right, okay.
We've been so busy with so much other stuff.
To quality control anything. It is what it is.
It's what it is.
Yeah. Kind of tuna with a bit of dolphin in that you didn't ask for, and
right.
And you feel bad about it.
But we're all there, so we might as well enjoy it. So the album's just come out, and I spoke to you when you had the EP out, and you said that you've been really working on your songwriting and developing different styles of songwriting. I think that really comes across in the album, and I think it's a great album. It's sort of created its own world, which I'm really into. I love it when an album does that. Did you find it easy to make this album, or hard?
It was easy. It was just a normal record making process for us, but we just ran out of time, and it was quite a luxurious recording process.
Did you have a deadline that you had to get to, and you just...
Not really.
We did kind of miss one.
But I'm not sure anyone was really chasing us for it. I think people get it right rather than
right, yeah.
You need to hand it in today, man. Hand it in now.
Because it was the same gap as there is between World Cups since you brought out albums. You had 4 years between.
And how good is every World Cup?
Oh, absolutely. And how good is this album?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's always a winner as well.
And the winner is Drenge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
You've included Autonomy from the EP, but none of the other 3 tracks. So what was the thinking behind, why did you want to include that one specifically? Or was it more Autonomy was just a big single and then you put it out as an EP? How did that come about?
I think it was the second one.
The second
Autonomy is the big single. I think the other tracks on the EP don't have that same mysterious otherworldliness.
Yeah, right, okay.
That the rest of the tracks on that album all have together. So it's there you go. There's some Drenge just to whet your appetite, and then album next year. Yeah.
Nice. I've seen it said, possibly by you, but definitely in some reviews, that it's almost like a horror film soundtrack. Is that something that you definitely wanted to do going into it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, I think one day we got into the studio and Ross, the producer, he'd been to see John Carpenter live in concert, and the night before, and he was like, "We're just going to make this track sound like a John Carpenter song," and just got up all these vintage synths, and just we just worked away, went into the 70s. I don't know. It's like we were in The Thing.
Yeah, it does. It feels very thingy, or
yeah.
One of those. There's some really experimental stuff on there from not to pigeonhole you as a rock indie band, but the saxophone, or it might be a trumpet. I'm not that.
It's our dad on saxophone.
It's your dad on saxophone.
Yeah,
I was going to say, who was
John Loveless. Yeah.
Nice. So all 3. Have you got any other family members that you're going to enlist in the future? Have you got any other musical talent in the family?
In the wider family, yeah, quite a bit. I mean, but it gets expensive.
Yeah.
Day rates and
how much is John Carpenter? Is he expensive?
John Carpenter.
John Loveless.
Adopt
sorry.
him first.
John Loveless is 1 bucket of ice cream and some nice French cheese.
Okay.
That's his wage.
I might get him to do a theme tune for the show. I
Right.
have to afford him for that. Now, I read in another interview somewhere. You was talking about, I think you was in America when I was reading this, and you was talking about mosh pits and stuff, right? And it took me back to my first mosh pit, and you were saying that you got maybe a bit hurt in a mosh pit when you were younger, and you wanted people to be all safe, in whatever this interview was that I was reading. Right. And it made me think about the first mosh pit that I was ever in, which was at an Offspring concert. So I wanted to know, what was the first band that you ever was in a mosh pit to?
I think first mosh pit I was in was our teacher's band. He was in a band called Bromhead's Jacket, and he was our ICT teacher. And then he went off to do Bromhead's Jacket for a bit, and they played in Sheffield at the start of 2007. I think I was about 14.
It's pretty heavy going.
It was
that
terrifying. Most of the gig I was off my feet.
Right, because you're just like wedged in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and I must have been a bit smaller than I am now because that hasn't happened since. But yeah, when you're off your feet in a mosh pit,
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
terrifying. It's like you're in the
I mean,
ocean.
what kind of a IT teacher is that? Our one, we hated him so much, we used to put the clock forward in the lesson so that he thought it was over earlier. It's really easy to trick. One of us would get sent out, he'd come out and talk to us. We'd wind the clock forward. We never had one that we wanted to go and see outside of school.
No, this guy, he was a great teacher.
Would you guys first say that he's inspired you to become musicians?
He was definitely a part of it, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Seeing that was like a possibility,
Yeah,
wasn't like a total.
feasibility.
Yeah.
So back to the album.
Yeah.
Did you feel...
You
I've
got one
it.
here.
Oh yeah, well, we was gonna on a beautiful orange vinyl, no less.
Out
Limited
now.
edition orange vinyl, double gatefold. Anything you want to tell us about the artwork and stuff while we've got it here?
Inspired by Renaissance and Vanitas
Wow.
artwork.
Give it all away, why don't you?
Well,
It's like an unboxing
it's
video.
out there now.
All right. Okay.
Why don't you go in the other sleeve? Why don't you pull that out?
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, we just thought we'd have a bit of a
Who's
Illuminati
this guy?
party.
Do you know this guy?
That's the Pineapple King.
The Pineapple King.
Yeah.
I like him.
He was like a famous pineapple trader from the 1800s, and as part of an Illuminati ceremony, he'd bring his pineapple in, and he'd charge people, 50 quid a go to look at the pineapple.
Because people hadn't seen a pineapple before.
Yeah, absolutely. They
Yeah.
wouldn't eat it. He'd just charge people to look at the pineapple.
I've no idea if this is a real tale, but I'm going to go with it because that's what I prefer to believe either way. So, great. And you can get that in all good record shops for around about $23.99.
Yeah.
Possibly less off of the Drenge website. If you're cutting out the
Never know.
middleman, I don't know.
Never know.
And great merch.
Wait for Black Friday, I think.
Great merch in general on your website as well. I always notice that.
All right.
I've got a Home Alone Drenge poster.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I feel like you guys have always been really good at this anyway, but you seem to have been really hot on all the stuff surrounding the album coming out, like the tombola, where you've been like giving stuff away.
That's very kind of you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
thanks.
it's really great that you're going and doing these sort of innovative things.
We are like fans of music, and we kind of like recognise what it's like to be maybe a fan of a band and have stuff kind of like come out, and we want stuff that we do to be kind of somewhat interesting and not too like. The reason we're doing these Philharmonic shows is because we've been to too many acoustic shows in record stores where it's just been like pretty kind of mindless reinterpretations of songs. We're like, even if it's more embarrassing, we'll at least give it a go and try and do something a bit upbeat.
Yeah.
Some people.
Bro, it seems like you're like, I don't know why we're doing it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out myself still, but yeah. Some people like it, some people hate it.
You've got the tour coming up, right? Have you got plans for beyond that? Like, do you know what you're going to be doing in terms of how quickly you're going to move on to the next project, or have you got like, what are your big goals? What's the future hold for Drenge?
Just make people happy, I guess.
Well, you're doing that already.
Yeah.
So
I guess. I think we like, we've been away for 4 years. People keep saying 4 years, but actually it's more like 3 years.
Right.
And then it's actually more like we were back last year.
Yeah.
So we're only away for 2 years, really.
Yeah.
I've done all the maths.
Yeah.
I did it. I've got it all written out on in this little book. It goes. Undertow comes out. Then we toured that for a year. Then 2 years making Strange Creatures, and then we were back last year. But yeah.
Yeah, with the
It
grand
sounds like
reopening.
grand reopening, or Drenge Gonna Rip. That's the anagram of grand reopening.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I wasn't clever enough to get that.
No,
unfortunately.
no one else was. Like, it's a bit too esoteric, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah, make another record, get that out. Tour
And
the world
have
again.
you already, like, because knowing how long records actually take to come out once they're finished, have you been working on stuff already, or not really?
We haven't had time.
Not yet.
No.
No.
you haven't had time, fine.
No. But it's like we're coming up with songs all the time,
Yeah.
aren't we?
You seem like you're in a real rich vein of, like you said, where you was talking about how you've been working on different ways of writing songs. It seems like you're in a real fertile position at the moment for writing and being creative.
Cheers. Thanks. Thanks.
That's just what an outsider would say.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Wasn't really a question, more a statement. So
Okay.
there we go. Right, we're going to round up the interview with a feature that we do on the show called Best Guest. I think you've both done it before, but basically I'm going to ask you some questions about your lives. You just got to answer them however you see fit. And if you win, you'll be basically up against the other guests on the show this week. And if you win, you can have anything you want from the imaginary prize cupboard. All right? So, question number 1. If you guys were a covers band, what band would you cover? But you'd have to always cover the same band. So if you was a tribute act.
Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Sweet Honey in the Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either of them.
Great.
Well, that's their song, isn't it?
Oh, is it their album? I think Mum's got that album.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that your mum's got that album?
Yeah.
She's got
yeah.
good taste. All
Yeah.
right, cool. If you could ban any word or phrase, what would it be? I want to get rid of vibe.
Our vibe's quite important, I think.
Do you think? I hate it so much.
Well, there isn't. I think groupthink. I'd get rid of
When
that
people
one.
say groupthink.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the word yes going and seeing where that takes the world.
It'd be a lot more official.
Yeah.
People have to say affirmative a
Yeah.
lot.
I think people
Or
would
yup.
be. Yeah.
Yep.
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 Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. It's too many.
Now you thought it through. Do you want to
People don't
stick
actually
with that
say
answer,
yes
Rory?
a lot, do they? Yes. Yes is quite a. Most people say yeah, don't they? If you got rid of yeah, then people will be like yes.
I guess
Yes.
I've not properly thought it through.
They haven't.
No.
No.
You're the worst
Sorry.
guest.
Sorry.
Chores. What is going on in your house that is never getting done? So is there something in your house that you need to get done that you haven't?
Them expensive GU5 light bulbs. Most of them have gone in my kitchen.
The spotlight things.
The one that's
Oh
like
man, they're so
that you have to put in
expensive.
with like a little sucker because if you
Yeah.
touch them, they don't work.
Yeah, it's that's a
your
nightmare.
kitchen's dark. Your kitchen's darker with the lights on, I think,
Yeah.
than without. I've just moved house, so everything.
Everything.
It's not
Yeah.
been done yet.
All right, I'll take the light bulbs because I know how much of a nightmare.
Yeah.
And question number 4, final question. If Drenge could bring out a cocktail, what would it be? What would be in it, and what would it be called?
You know that stuff. You know that stuff that the dentists give you when you need to wash your
The
teeth
little
out.
like purple.
Yeah. That and the little like watery bit on top of like yogurts, them together, and I'd be probably Drenge on the beach.
Drenge on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. If you win Best Guest today, which I feel like at least one of those questions might let you down, but if you do win, what would you like from the imaginary prize cupboard as a prize?
Complete works of Shakespeare.
Perfect.
And a copy of the Bible.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
I'll take the desert island.
The desert island.
Yeah.
Cool. And we'll have in the little bedside table on the island, both those books
Yeah.
will be awaiting.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, genuine pleasure to have a chat to you in person. Thanks for coming on the show, and congratulations. The album Strange Creatures is amazing. It's out now. Go and buy it. It looks exactly like that.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks.